doing?
We're reviewing Smile 2.
What was your first thought about the movie? What did
Like-
you first think about the movie when you watched it?
Oh, did I like it? Was it a good movie or something?
Yeah, like all of
Oh.
it. Like, what did you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I'd say, yeah. At first, I thought it was a great movie. It was very scary. I don't like how they smile. I hate how they smile. It gets burned into my brain the way they smile. So
Super creepy.
yeah, especially how the mom smiles.
Yeah.
Like
No,
when
it's
Skye is about to kill her. The way she smiles is like, ugh. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. No, it was bad.
Ugh. No, I should have said when they were in the hospital, because if I say when she's about to kill her, then that sounds like that's like a whole spoil. We're about to get into that. Like, okay.
Welcome to Popcorn and Nightmares, the podcast where we watch horror movies and sometimes other genres.
And then we break them down scene by scene, by scare, and sometimes laugh at the terrible decisions people make.
Every episode we'll dive into a different movie, talking about the story, the scares, behind-the-scenes secrets, production trivia, practical effects, production cost, home video revenue, and memorable quote. I'm Chisum.
I'm Arya. Yeah.
Grab the popcorn and embrace the nightmares.
Welcome to Popcorn and Nightmares.
All right. I looked up funny moments in the movie, if you can believe it, in this movie. Even though it is a much darker modern horror film, it still has a handful of moments that break the tension.
Yeah, there was cool. There was a lot of gore.
Sometimes intentionally,
that was scary.
sometimes because...
No, because, like, I will say this, you can probably take it out or, like, put it somewhere else. But, like, when Skye was... she was in front of herself. Like, herself didn't look like herself. And the fact that none of that was real is just insane.
Yeah.
It was scary.
That's
It was genuinely scary.
weird.
And then I didn't like it how they just transitioned into her from there into the show. Like, what? I mean, it was kind of a cool transition.
It was.
But it was also like, oh, I mean, of course I didn't expect that. It was meant to be like that. I didn't even expect her to kill her mom, if you want. I don't care.
When Morris explains the smile entity and his unusual plan to stop it, his calm, matter-of-fact attitude contrasts with increasingly insane situation. His dry delivery gives the audience a brief chance to breathe before the tension ramps back up.
As the curse worsens, Skye tries to keep up the image of a polished pop star while clearly struggling. Some of her forced smiles, uncomfortable interviews, and increasingly awkward interactions can get nervous laughs from the audience because everyone around her assumes she's just having a bad day.
While it's one of the film's creepiest scenes, many audiences laugh in disbelief when the smiling backup dancers suddenly invade Skye's personal space.
Oh yeah,
It was crazy. The choreography is so bizarre and over the top that it often produces a mix of laughter and horror.
Wait, is this the part where they were like in her house?
Yeah,
in her closet? Yeah, that was horrifying.
Yeah, that was...
Because every time she looked away, they got closer. It was like scary. It was really scary.
Yeah, when she finally goes into like the living room area, they were all like stacked in the hallway. I thought they were in a circus.
Yeah, and when they started like touching her too, I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was...
Didn't they like stab something into her eye or something?
They smashed her face into the piano. And then,
oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were you laughing, or were you laughing because it was funny, or was it because it was unsettling, or were you even laughing at all?
Oh, you're asking me? I
Yeah.
thought you're.
No, you.
I wasn't even laughing at all. It was so unsettling. I was like,
Yeah, it was
I was like, no, get out of my face. Like, I'm gonna punch you.
That was a creepy, really well done, but creepy scene.
Not gonna lie. If I was ever in this situation, right as I saw somebody smiling at me like that, no, instantly, no. Nope.
Yeah.
No. I'm giving up. Giving up on life, okay? Because it just ends up, yeah, definitely, I would not stay there for long. Because you'll just end up like the others.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because everybody just dies, I guess. If you
Seems
can
like
say
it.
that.
Seems like they go insane,
They go, yeah, definitely. They all went insane.
especially when they're the only ones that can see it.
Especially in Smile 1. Yeah,
Um,
the end of Smile 1 was insane. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I'm just going to say that it was crazy.
so several scenes play with the idea that Skye has to pretend nothing is wrong, while chaos unfolds around her. Watching her desperately try to act normal during rehearsals and public events creates uncomfortable, dark.
Okay. I'm going to say too. One of the funniest theater experiences came from audience reactions rather than the movie itself. During fake out hallucinations, viewers often laughed at realizing they'd been tricked. Only for the film to pull the rug out from under them again moments later. Joel's desperate attempt to escape the curse is terribly tense, but the sheer chaos of everything going wrong so quickly can also produce nervous laughter. It's one of those sequences where viewers laugh because they can't believe how badly things spiral. Who is Joel?
Joel is. Hold on.
This is the guy with the drugs.
Oh, Joel is a police officer
Huh?
who
Oh,
previously was cursed by the Smile entity.
I think that was in Smile 1.
Oh yeah, he's the guy that died in the beginning of the film. The guy that got hit by the truck.
Oh, he was a police officer?
Yes.
Hey, wasn't he in Strange Darling?
Uh,
He was
yes.
also a police officer. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yes.
See how it all comes back? I'm just kidding.
See, these movies all melt together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, his attempt to escape the curse was crazy. Like he killed like 3 people and then he got ran over.
Yeah, wasn't he robbing somebody, like drug?
No, he was actually just trying to kill them.
Oh,
I think he was just trying
I
to
guess he wouldn't.
he
be
was trying to
robbing if he
kill
was a cop.
himself or something in front of them so they'd get it or something. I don't know. I mean, I actually don't know, but that's what I think happened. But then he ended up getting ran over. Yeah, that was, I don't know, I didn't like how they showed his body after it got ran over, because I didn't like that.
It was pretty mangled, that's for sure.
Mangle?
Mangled.
We love Mangle. They're a character, that's all I'm going to say. From a game. We love Five Nights at Freddy's. Sorry. Totally went off topic.
So the movie pokes fun at celebrity culture. Everyone is more worried about Skye's image than her mental health. Managers and executives keep pushing her to perform despite obvious warning signs. Public relations often seem more important than her well-being. It's subtle, but there is a layer of satire beneath the horror.
Yeah, especially her mom. Her mom was like, okay, oh yeah, I know you're in the hospital, but we gotta get back to singing. Come on, chop chop. Like, bro. Honorable mentions.
So Skye tries to convince people she's okay when she's clearly falling apart. The increasingly awkward reactions with fans and media.
Oh, that's his name, Lewis. I forgot.
Yes, Lewis. So some of the scariest moments in the film. Did you have any before we dive into some?
Scariest moments. Oh my god. I'd have to say when Lucas Gage is his name. When he smashed his face in with the weight, it was just, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
No, I couldn't take it. I was like, oh, I wanted to throw up like Skye did.
It was a crazy scene. Definitely.
Yeah. The way they made his face look with all the makeup just made it look very, very convincing.
So that's kind of the first one too, is Lewis's apartment where everything begins.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most intense opening sequences in recent horror. Lewis is visibly terrified, erratic, and convinced something is stalking him. As he spirals into panic, the audience has no idea what happened next. When he suddenly freezes smiles unnaturally and violently kills himself in front of Skye. It's
Oh, yeah.
both shocking and disturbing.
His smile was weird too. I didn't like
Yeah.
it.
It immediately establishes the stakes and passes the curse to Skye.
Mm-hmm.
This is Lucas Cage did an amazing job.
Lucas Gage.
Sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was Lucas Cage too.
Gage.
There we go.
It's an unpredictable escalation. It's a brutal reminder of how the smile entity spread.
To the smiling backup dancers. The smiling backup dancers, often considered the movie's signature horror scene. As Skye walks through her apartment, her backup dancers silently surround her. They smile unnaturally, move in perfect synchronization, and slowly invade her personal space. Before attacking. The choreography makes the scene feel surreal and dreamlike, turning familiar faces into something deeply unsettling. Why it works. No cheap jump scares, creepy body language, unnatural smiles, and claustrophobic tension.
Yeah, like we said earlier, that is one of the creepiest scenes. Really well done.
Mm-hmm.
It
was scary how because they were taking up the whole hallway. They were on top of each other, stacking up and covering the whole entranceway. There was no gaps. You couldn't even get through there even if you wanted to.
Yep. Every time that every time the camera panned away or your view went away from them, they would move closer and closer. So
that I didn't like how they moved closer. It was weird. It's like Night at the Museum. Is that what that game's called? Because when you looked away or you turned the flashlight away, they'd move. That's a game.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah.
It's Night at the Museum because, that's what it's called. I think that's also a movie.
It is.
Okay, yeah. I think I've watched it. That one guy that's always in a lot of movies.
So the apartment hallucination. So by this point, neither Skye nor the audience knows what's real anymore.
Yeah, especially with her best friend.
Right.
That was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy. Friends suddenly become monsters. Rooms change without warning, and reality seems to shift around her. Every conversation becomes suspicious, creating constant psychological tension.
The charity gala. Oh, yeah, that was kind of weird, too.
So. It's extremely crazy.
I didn't expect that.
No.
Okay, the charity gala. A glamorous public event slowly transforms into a nightmare. Skye begins experiencing disturbing hallucinations while trying to maintain her composure in front of the crowd. The contrast between the elegant setting and her growing terror makes the scene especially effective. Sorry, I keep messing up.
No. So the final concert.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was
insane.
A different thing. So the climax combines spectacle with psychological horror. Believing she's finally back in control, Skye takes the stage in front of thousands of fans. Instead, the smile entity reveals that it has manipulated much of her recent reality.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That was, yeah.
The whole ending was very weird.
Yeah, they left it wide open for the third one. Which is supposed to film this year, actually.
There's a third one?
Yeah, they're starting filming this year.
I wonder. Oh, tell me what. Sophie Thatcher's going to be in there. I'm just kidding. Sophie Thatcher's been in a lot of movies recently.
Didn't say who's in it. It said,
I was just kidding because I've seen
the guy who's
been in quite a few scary movies.
The director and writer of the second movie. I believe he did the first one. He's
Probably
back on board for the third. So.
Well, that's good. Okay.
So once the smile entity is revealed, unlike many horror movies that overuse their monsters, Smile 2 saves its full reveal for the end. The creature's grotesque appearance and unnatural movements make it one of the franchise's most memorable visual moments because it's used sparingly.
The constant loss of reality. Oh my God. One of the film's biggest strengths isn't a single scene. It's the feeling that you can never trust what you're seeing. As Skye's hallucinations become more convincing, Conversations suddenly, locations shift unexpectedly, people behave, and time seems to disappear. The audience experiences the same uncertainty as Skye, making the psychological horror just as frightening as the monster itself.
Which one scared you more? When you see the smile entity itself, when she's at the concert at the end,
Yeah, that was weird.
the apartment scene, or are you sticking with the one where he bashes his face in?
Yeah, I'm between like when he smashes his face in and when we see the actual entity itself, because it looks very weird, and the way how they took something that made her feel insecure, like how they went through her stomach wound that she's very insecure about, just made it very like, oh, that's like, of course you had to choose that place to like go through. Yeah. It's very personal, and the way the smile entity like ripped her face open, it's insane. Yeah, I was wondering if the audience could actually even see like them ripping her open, but no, all they saw was her seizing on the ground. It looked like. Yeah, that's what it looked like. She was just laying there, and then all of a sudden she just stood up and started smiling. Yeah, and started smashed the microphone in the eye. In her eye. Yeah. I'm going with the choreography scene in the apartment. Oh yeah. Just the way. I did not like that. The way it was done. The way it was done. The way it. Nobody on TikTok liked that part either. I mean, I enjoyed the way what they did. Like what they did was amazing. It was. Yeah, it definitely made it scary. But again, yeah, it was very uneasy to watch. Even I was like, stop. Like I felt very uncomfortable when I saw them. It was super uncomfortable. Yeah. So let's get behind the movie here. Get to the overview. So the genre of this movie is a supernatural horror psychological thriller. The release date was October 18th, 2024. The runtime for this movie is 2 hours and 7 minutes. Wow. It felt very short for 2 hours. It was rated R. The director and the writer were Parker Finn. The production companies were Temple Hill Entertainment and Bad Feeling. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. The budget was approximately $28 million. And the worldwide box office, it made approximately $138 million. Oh yeah, that's the genres again. I don't really have to go over that too much. Yeah. We'll get into the cast. So this movie stars Naomi Scott as Skye Riley, a famous pop music recording artist. Is it Rosemary or Rosemary? Rosemary DeWitt as Ella Riley, Skye's mother and manager. Lucas Gage as Louis Fergoli, a drug dealer and Skye's former classmate. Miles Gutierrez Riley as Joshua, Elizabeth, and Skye's assistant, which I'm not going to say because I can't say it. Peter Jacobson as Morris, a nurse who tracked the Smiles entity's actions. Ray Nicholson as Paul Hudson, a deceased actor and Skye's former boyfriend. Mr. Jack Nicholson's son, actually. Really? Mm-hmm. That name sounds very familiar. I probably know who that is by their face. Yeah, he's a very well-known actor. Mm-hmm. Dylan Jalula? I'm going to screw that up. Dylan Jalula? As Gemma, Skye's estranged best friend. Raul? Raul. Castillo. Okay. I'm not going to say that again. As Darius, the head of Skye's record company. Sorry, I can't say any of their names. Kyle Gallner as Joel, a police officer who previously was cursed by the Smile entity. Why did they put him in? Was he in number 2? Yeah, just in the beginning. Oh, my God.
So let's talk about why and how this movie was made. So why did they make a sequel to Smile? After Smile it was made in 2022, it became one of the biggest horror surprises in years. Paramount quickly greenlit a sequel.
Sorry, I just hit my mic.
The original film cost $17 million to make, grossed over $217 million worldwide, and became one of Paramount's most profitable horror films in recent years. The director Parker Finn had always envisioned the Smile entity as something that could exist in many different settings, so he didn't want to simply tell Rose Cotter's story again.
Parker Finn's goal. Rather than making Smile again, Parker Finn wanted to ask, what happens if someone living under constant public attention becomes infected by the Smile entity? Instead of following a detective or just an ordinary person. He chose a global pop superstar whose every move is watched. That idea became Skye Riley.
Inspirations behind the story, Parker Finn has said that the movie explores much more than a supernatural curse. The story is about celebrity culture, public image, mental health, trauma, addiction, recovery, the pressure to always appear perfect, and the loss of identity. Skye isn't just fighting a monster, she's also fighting the expectations placed on celebrities to keep performing no matter how much they're struggling.
Why a pop star? The celebrity setting creates horror in a completely different way. Skye can never truly be alone because she's constantly surrounded by fans, security, photographers, dancers, producers, and social media. Ironically, despite being surrounded by people, she's completely isolated. That loneliness becomes the perfect environment for the Smile entity.
So many people view Smile 2 as a horror film made about a modern celebrity. Throughout the movie, every mistake becomes public.
Gosh.
Every mistake becomes public, every breakdown is recorded, every appearance is judged. Skye is expected to keep smiling even while falling apart. The Smile entity almost becomes a metaphor for the impossible pressure of fame.
Music and industry influences. Although Skye Riley is fictional, audiences notice similarities to several real-life pop stars. Fans compared elements of her career to artists such as Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande. However, Parker Finn has said Skye was not based off of one specific performer. Instead, she represents the intense scrutiny many modern entertainers face. Sorry.
Nope.
Keep messing up.
Why the hallucinations are bigger. The original Smile focused on subtle psychological horror. For the sequel, Parker Finn wanted the hallucinations to become more cinematic. Some examples include the smiling backup dancers, the elaborate dream sequences, impossible choreography, massive concert settings, increasingly surreal imagery. The goal for the audience is to question reality just as much as Skye does.
Expanding the Smile entity. Finn intentionally avoided fully explaining the monster. Instead, he wanted to show how intelligent it is, how manipulative it can be, how it adapts to each victim's trauma, and how it uses fear differently depending on who it's infecting. Rather than changing the rules, the sequel expands the scope of what the entity is capable of. Is that how you say it? Scope?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
So why the ending is so big? Parker Finn wanted to...
Yeah,
Sorry.
Weird ending. Crazy ending.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
expect that.
Finn wanted the ending to feel inevitable, while also raising the stakes for the franchise. Instead of another private death witnessed by one or two people, Skye's death is on stage.
Yeah, because...
It's on stage, it's in front of thousands of fans during the biggest moments of her comeback. The finale suggests that Smile entity may now have access to its largest pool of potential victims, yet setting up possibilities for future stories without explicitly revealing where the series will go next.
Naomi Naomi Scott worked closely with Parker Finn to develop Skye Riley's emotional journey. She focused on portraying addiction recovery, anxiety, panic attacks, grief, exhaustion, and the pressure of living under constant public scrutiny. Her performance grounds the increasingly surreal story, making Skye's emotional unraveling believable even as the horror escalates. Ooh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah. So a lot of like we said, the director and the writer for he did both Smile 1 and 2. This character was created specifically for the sequel, not as part of any early concepts.
Okay.
So Naomi Scott trained like a real pop star. To make Skye Riley believable, Naomi Scott underwent extensive preparation before filming. She worked on concert choreography, dance rehearsals, lip sync, and stage performance. She learned how pop stars interact with fans and the media, building Skye's physical mannerisms and confidence on stage. The goal was for audiences to believe that they were watching a genuine international music icon rather than an actress pretending to be one. There was original music created for the movie. Rather than licensing existing pop songs, the filmmakers commissioned original music for Skye Riley. The songs were designed to sound like modern chart-topping pop hits, reflect Skye's emotional state, and make her comeback tour feel authentic. To help blur the line between concert film and horror movie, the backup dancer scene...
The backup dancer scene took weeks to prepare. One of the film's most memorable sequences, the smiling backup dancers, required weeks of planning. The production combined professional dancers, choreographers, practical staging, carefully timed camera movements, minimal CGI enhancements, and minimal CGI enhancements. The performers rehearsed extensively so their synchronized, unnatural movements would feel unsettling rather than simply dance-like.
So some of the practical effects that came, like the original film, Smile 2 relied heavily on practical effects. The crew used prosthetic makeup, blood rigs, physical creature effects, and on-set makeup appliances. CGI was primarily used to enhance these practical effects instead of replacing them.
Okay. The final creature was kept secret. The design of the Smile entity was closely guarded during production. Only essential crew members saw the complete creature before filming to reduce the chance of leaks, and the filmmakers intentionally avoided revealing it in theaters so audiences would experience the full reveal for the first time in theaters.
So the concert scene felt like a real performance. The production built large concert sets complete with massive LED lights, screens, touring-style lighting rigs, professional dancers, concert-style cameras, and practical stage effects. Many crew members had experience with live production, helping the concert sequence feel authentic.
Parker Finn wanted bigger hallucinations. The first Smile focused on subtle psychological horror. For the sequel, Finn wanted hallucinations that were larger in scale, more surreal, more cinematic, and more visually ambitious. More visually ambitious. That's why scenes like the smiling dancers and the elaborate reality shifts are much more elaborate than anything in the original film.
So the horror through the camera. Rather than relying on constant jump scares, the filmmakers built tension with visual storytelling. Their techniques included slow push and camera moves, wide shots emphasizing isolation, long uninterrupted takes, hidden figures in the background, and uncomfortable silence before scares. These choices encouraged viewers to scan every frame, wondering if someone was smiling just outside of sight.
Especially when she was talking to Gemma when they were laying in her bed. And then she just looked at Gemma and then she was just there smiling. It was creepy. Keeping the ending under wraps. The filmmakers were especially protective of the film's climax. To preserve the surprise, the ending was largely absent from trailers. Marketing focused on the mystery instead of the final confrontation. Cast members avoided discussing the final act during interviews. This helped ensure audiences experience the ending without major spoilers.
So let's get into the cast. So I looked up if there was any other actresses that were that either auditioned or they
Wow.
had in mind for the film. There were actually none. There was, well, at least none that were been released information about. But
Oh, I thought it was saying that Zendaya, Lady Gaga.
no,
I thought they,
those
I thought they,
those are who fans
yeah.
have been saying like hey, these would be good. So Zendaya was one, Lady Gaga, Florence Puff, and Anna de Armas, which I think they would all be great in a movie. I don't know if they
Yeah.
would have pulled off. I mean, they're all great actresses.
Oh yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
because
But
Naomi Scott, she did fantastic during when she was laying down on like the cold metal thing, and then herself was just above her, like strapped to the roof. I'm pretty sure she did both of those. It was just looked like it was two people at the same time, but it was just her. I mean, at least I think it was her, not a stunt double or anything, but it could have been. But yeah, that was the way she cried during the crash, the way she screamed and all that stuff, the way she acted when she was scared, like especially her facial expressions were like really, really good. Yeah.
she did great.
Mm-hmm.
She was wonderful. They I do like. I think she did a great job. Obviously, she did a really great job.
Yeah.
I do like Ray Nicholson, even though he was in the movie very very short amount of time.
Who was he?
He was her boyfriend, her ex, I guess, deceased boyfriend.
His smile was very creepy.
Yes, he definitely got his father's acting ability, very much so. And all the other actresses and actors in this film did a great job.
Like, imagine being on stage in front of maybe 100 people or more, and just reading off a teleprompter and just seeing your deceased boyfriend's name and then seeing him and smiling at you, and then the way he just slowly walks up to her and onto stage, it's just insane. And then
That's
she
crazy.
pushed her. She pushed the old lady. I don't know who that old lady was, but she pushed her.
Yeah, she was there to help her out, give her the whatever.
Yeah, that was crazy.
She pushed her through a table.
Yep.
Since there wasn't really anything about any other actors being in here, I looked up some other stuff. So I looked up how the actors prepared for the roles in this movie. So the training the actors underwent, Naomi Scott, her role required much more acting. She had to convincingly portray an international pop star while also carrying an emotional, exhausting horror film. So in preparation, she learned dance rehearsals with choreographers. She learned concert stage movements, rehearsed with professional backup dancers, performed original songs written for the film. She practiced live performance confidence with stage presence. She endured physical demanding shoots that often required multiple takes of intense emotional scenes.
Yeah, definitely.
So she said that she didn't have months of dance boot camp. She had only a few days of formal choreography rehearsals before filming and relied on her previous performance experience and a quick learning to develop Skye's stage presence.
Sorry, I keep moving my mic. It just research they did. Instead of studying one specific celebrity, Naomi Scott focused on understanding the emotional pressures of modern fame. She explored celebrity culture, public scrutiny, addiction recovery, trauma, anxiety, and the pressure to constantly perform. Scott has said she felt an instinctive connection to Skye's emotional journey rather than basing her on anyone any one real life pop star.
So Naomi Scott is British,
Oh yeah, I saw
but
that.
Skye Riley is American, so she had to get an accent coach. She performed with a consistent American accent throughout. She sang in character while maintaining that accent. She shifted naturally between dialogue, emotional breakdowns, and musical performances. Although Paramount hasn't detailed the specific dialect coach, Scott's accent work was widely praised by audiences and critics for remaining convincing even during emotional intense scenes.
Yeah, that was crazy. I've actually heard her accent. I, I would definitely believe she was American.
Yeah. No, she did great.
Yeah, I was so shocked when I found out she was British when I first heard her voice. It was crazy. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah. But yeah, she did really good though. That was good.
Very.
Like Tom Holland. Isn't he British?
Uh-huh.
And he
Yes.
had to when he was Spider-Man.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, the first time I heard his actual voice, I was like, oh.
I think Andrew Garfield also is. I don't know if he's British per se, but I know he has an accent.
Yeah. Stunt work. The movie contains numerous physically demanding sequences. Naomi Scott. She performed much of the film's physical acting herself, including running sequences, falls, dance choreography, physically intense hallucination scenes. Some of the movie saw at dance choreography and physically intense hallucination scenes. Some of the more dangerous stunts were completed with stunt performers, but Scott remained heavily involved in the physical performance required for Skye's emotional and psychological collapse. Kyle Gallner performed his own stunts during the opening sequence, which was designed to appear as one continuous shot using multiple takes stitched together digitally.
So the makeup transformations, practical makeup was a major part of the production. The makeup department created car accident scars for Skye.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yep, progressive physical deterioration, body injuries, prosthetic wounds, and the smile entity's disturbing appearance. The director even consulted medical professionals to make Skye's scars accurately reflect injuries from a severe car accident. The actor also practiced the franchise's signature unsettling smile.
Oh yeah.
With Finn coaching them on facial expressions, eye focus, and head position. His direction included smiling as wide as possible, tilting the head slightly downward, and looking upward through the eyebrows with a dead stare, inspired in part by the classic Kubrick look.
Oh yeah. Their smiles definitely were crazy. Costumes. Costume design helped tell Skye's story. Her wardrobe evolves throughout the film. Early film, bright designer outfits, glamorous stage costumes, pop star fashion, carefully styled appearance. As the curse progresses, more disheveled clothing, less polished makeup, signs of exhaustion, and visible physical decline. The costume changes subtly, mirror Skye's deteriorating mental state. How do you say that?
Improvisation. Yep.
Okay.
On set, although Parker Finn's scripts are tightly structured, he encouraged actors to make performances feel natural. So, for an example, adjusting emotional reactions during intense scenes, allowing actors to experiment with panic, fear, and body language, fine-tuning the unsettling smile expression during filming rather than locking everyone into one identical look. Naomi Scott has also spoken about trusting her instincts instead of trying to force a particular acting method, allowing Skye's emotional breakdown to feel spontaneous and authentic. So,
Easter eggs.
a little bit of hidden Easter eggs, some things in the film. So, Joel, played by Kyle Gallner, he was in the first film, so he returned in this film. His return connects the two films and shows that the curse never truly ended after Rose's death.
The opening continues the original ending. The opening scene takes place just days after the ending of Smile. Instead of skipping ahead years later, the sequel shows exactly what happened to Joel after witnessing Rose's death, making the two movies feel like one continuous story.
So the smile curse rules stay consistent. So the sequel quietly reinforces rules established in the first film. So victims suffer hallucinations. Sleep deprivation makes the curse worse. Trauma feeds the entity, and witnessing a victim's death passes the curse. The film trusts returning viewers to recognize these patterns without lengthy explanations.
References to other movies. Perfect Blue, 1997. Many critics noticed similarities to Satoshi Kon's psychological thriller. Pop star, intense pressure. Difficulty separating reality from hallucinations. Image versus private suffering. Psychological breakdowns. While never officially confirmed as a direct adaptation, the influence is frequently discussed.
The other movie referenced Swan from 2010. Skye's descent into obsession and paranoia echoes The Black Swan. Shared themes include perfectionism, performance anxiety, hallucinations, loss of identity, physical and mental deterioration.
The Shining, 1980. We love The Shining. Anyways, director Parker Finn has acknowledged his admiration for Stanley Kubrick. You can see echoes in slow tracking shots, long hallways, symmetrical framing, characters standing unnaturally still, and the unsettling upward gaze paired with an unnatural smile. Oh yeah.
It Follows from 2014, the movie. Both movies feature an unstoppable supernatural force, constant dread, victims isolated from everyone around them, a curse that transfers from one person to the other.
Director callbacks. Parker Finn repeats several visual ideas from the first Smile. Inverted camera shots, just like the original film, upside-down shots appear during moments when reality begins to collapse.
Slow camera pushes. Instead of relying on jump scares, Finn frequently lets the camera slowly move towards characters, building unease before anything happens.
One of Finn's favorite techniques return. Someone quietly smiling in the background while the main character hasn't noticed them yet. Many viewers miss these details on their first watch.
Some hidden clues. Reality starts breaking earlier than you think. On a second viewing, it's easier to notice that some conversations and events be hallucinations long before the movie makes that clear. The film plants subtle inconsistencies that hint Skye's perception is becoming unreliable.
Mirrors become less trustworthy. Throughout the movie, mirrors distort reality. Reflections linger, and reflections occasionally don't behave exactly as expected. Mirrors act as visual warnings that the Smile entity is gaining control. Exactly when? Because when she was looking at her in the mirror and he was behind her, it was just, ugh. A lot of people didn't like that scene.
That was
it was
pretty
weird.
Insane. Freaky.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't look back into the mirror.
Yeah, just stay away.
I would definitely just turn around,
stop looking in mirrors, and
walk out. He'd probably show up in real life, actually, if I did that, but I wouldn't care. I just don't want him behind me like that anymore.
Yeah. Public spaces become more crowded. As Skye loses control, scenes become increasingly crowded with fans, reporters, dancers, and security. The The growing number of people visually represents how trapped she feels.
Sorry, foreshadowing. Lewis's death eventually happens to Skye. His behavior serves as a preview of what's waiting for her.
The constant pressure to smile. This title isn't just about the monster. As a celebrity, Skye is constantly to smile for cameras, fans, and the media, even when she's falling apart. The expectation becomes a symbolic extension of the curse.
The concert tour. The comeback tour is supposed to represent Skye reclaiming her life. Instead, it becomes the stage for her ultimate downfall.
Things you may have missed. The entity adapts. The smile entity doesn't scare everyone the same way, and it tailors hallucinations to each victim's deepest fears and emotional wounds.
The monster rarely rushes. Unlike many horror villains, the entity almost never attacks immediately. Instead, it isolates victims, destroys relationships, removes their grip on reality, and waits until they're emotionally broken.
Many scares have no music, so several of the film's creepiest moments happen with little or no musical cue. The silence itself creates tension.
Skye's isolation. Even when surrounded by people, Skye is almost always emotionally alone. It's a visual reminder that fame doesn't protect her from the curse.
So some background details. So concert posters. The production created full promotional artwork for Skye Riley's fictional comeback tour, helping the world feel authentic beyond what appears on screen.
Original music. The songs performed by Skye Riley were written specifically for the film, rather than using existing pop hits, making her career feel believable.
Costume evolution. As the curse worsens, her wardrobe becomes less polished, makeup looks more exhausted, her hair becomes increasingly unkempt. These subtle changes mirror.
Lighting changes. Early scenes use bright concert lighting and vibrant colors. As Skye loses control, the palette shifts towards colder blues, harsher shadows, and darker environments, reinforcing her descent into fear.
I don't think I have it in there, but who is? Do you have a favorite character? I mean,
I don't really see many people. I see Skye really.
Yeah. No, I do like her.
Because we really only see a few people. I can't really say Gemma because it's not really her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd have to say Skye because she's actually like, we don't really see like pop stars, their backgrounds or anything like that, or really what they're going through. So like she's like the closest thing we have, like what it would actually be like. So yeah, but she's her character is just really, I have to say that. What do you think?
I do like her. I feel like she definitely understands and changes. Obviously she went through recovery. She was a drug addict. She went through a pretty terrible relationship, it seems like. So at first she kind of is a bitch, if you will. And then she ends up kind of, I guess, moving away from that a little bit and learning all the things she's kind of doing and how she treats people. She's not very nice to her mother most of the time, which, her mom pushes her to celebrity, famous, to be in the spotlight. So, definitely don't. But yeah, no, I agree with you on her. She's great. So
yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, she did. The actress did a great job in this part for sure. So do you want to get to the production breakdown and the cost?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
So this is, of course, so we always want to say it's estimated cost of production. Nothing is stone for sure.
Estimated budget.
So the crew salaries. So the estimated amount was $5.5 million. This includes compensation for the director, the producers, the director of photography, assistant directors, camera department, grip electrical crews, art department, sound department, production assistants, and stunt coordinators, and obviously the cast too. A film of this size typically employs hundreds of crew members throughout the pre-production,
Yeah,
filming, and
'cause
post-production.
sorry. Yeah, 'cause they had to get like the people in the concert, like,
Oh yeah, extras and stuff.
yeah, that was a lot of people, and they also had to get all the people lining up to see her.
Oh yeah, all the people. Yep.
Yeah, that must have taken a lot of people for this movie.
Oh yeah,
It was
definitely.
insane. Where are we at? Sets and production design was an estimate of 3.6 million. One of the expenses was creating believable environments for Skye Riley's world, including concert backstage areas, dressing rooms, luxury apartments, hospital interiors, hallucination sequences, concert stage elements. The production blended practical locations with custom-built sets to create increasingly surreal environments.
Okay, so practical effects and special makeup. The estimated amount was 2.2 million. Like the original film, Smile 2 relied heavily on practical horror effects rather than CGI alone. The budget covered prosthetic appliances, injury makeup, bloody effects, silicone facial pieces, and custom body prosthetics. Hero makeup designs. The production worked with Monster in My Closet FX for special makeup effects.
Visual effects, VFX. We love VFX.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I actually wanted to say something about that. Because, oh my gosh, that must have taken a lot of work to get that microphone into her face.
Oh, yes.
And to have the blood gushing out of it, too. That just would have taken a lot of work.
Yes, we definitely love practical and special makeup effects. So
I
that's
also
the
like
best.
seeing people. You know how we used to watch it all the time, peeling it all off. But yeah, that was cool. I like seeing that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But effects were an estimate of 2 million. CGI was used primarily to enhance practical effects rather than replace them. And studios contributing visual effects included Rodeo. Rodeo? Is that it?
Mhm.
I didn't know. I don't know how to spell rodeo. It always confuses me when I see that word. Rodeo FX, CBS VFX, Cadence effects, and Cadence effects. Digital work included cleanup, environment extensions, hallucination enhancements, and creature refinements, and also invisible visual effects. Sorry, my water bottle's kind of blocking the words.
So the camera, lighting, and equipment. The estimated amount was 2.3 million. This covered the ARRI camera packages, lenses, lighting rigs, dollies, cranes, steady camera equipment, and the grip gear. Much of the film's unsettling atmosphere came from carefully planned camera movements and lighting rather than expensive visual effects.
Locations and permits was an estimate of 1.4 million. Principal photography took place largely in Newburgh, New York, with additional locations doubling for New York City expenses, rentals, city permits, security, transportation, base camps, and police details.
Costumes, hair, and makeup was an estimated 1.1 million. Since Skye Riley is a global pop star, the wardrobe budget was larger than a typical horror movie. And it included stage costumes, designer outfits, concert attire, hairstyling, makeup teams, and backup dancer costumes.
Music and sound design Music and sound design had an estimate of 1.4 million. Sound is one of defining strengths. Cost likely includes original score by Cristobal Tapia de Burr. Foley recording, sound mixing, ADR sessions, Atmos, Atmos mastering, and music production tied to Skye.
Editing and post-production was estimated. This phase includes picture editing, color grading, visual effects integration, final sound mix, quality control, and deliverables for theatrical release.
Insurance, travel, and miscellaneous had an estimate of $1 million. Production overhead included cast and crew travel, hotels, catering, production insurance, equipment insurance, office expenses, and legal and accounting services.
So it had a bigger original movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first one was 11 million. This one was 17 million. Oh, so it increased by 11 million.
Wait, what?
So the original movie had some. So Smile was its budget was 17 million. The budget for Smile 2 increased by $11 million
Oh,
to
okay.
$28 million. And also, I messed up earlier. I wanted to say that the cast salaries was $5 million, and the crew salaries, which is separate, was $5.5 million. I looked up also the marketing for this film, which is a separate budget from the production cost.
Oh.
This is also, again, estimated, not necessarily true, but we'll go through.
We don't know if it's true.
Sure.
We just read. I'm just kidding.
So, digital and social media advertising was $4.2 million.
I just got a great idea.
What?
Sorry. You know what we do? We should go over, like, murder cases and documentaries. But, like, sum them all up. Like Call Me Chris does.
Yeah.
We love Call Me Chris. And her, stuff. Her podcast stuff.
Sure. So the digital and social media advertising included TikTok, Instagram, X, or Twitter, whatever it's called now, Facebook, YouTube, and Snapchat.
It's crazy.
No, go.
It's crazy how nobody calls it X. Everybody still calls it Twitter.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to call it X.
What's a weird name for?
Yeah, want to call it X. I liked Twitter, and they just had to change it.
Ads highlighted Skye Riley's celebrity lifestyle before revealing the horror elements mirroring the film's theme.
Television advertising was an estimate of $3.6 million. TV spots aired during NFL broadcasts, late night television, horror programming, streaming television platforms, and cable entertainment networks. Most commercials were 15 and 30-second versions emphasizing unsettling smiles and Naomi Scott's performance. Okay.
So trailers and promotional materials was estimated at $1.8 million. This covered teaser trailers, official trailer, TV spot editing, international trailer versions, motion posters, digital banners, theater standees, and key art.
Outdoor advertising was an estimate of $2 million. Marketing included digital billboards, bus shelters, transit ads, theater lobby displays, urban digital signage. And orbital. Oh my god. And urban digital signage. Large markets such as Los Angeles, New York, and London typically receive the largest outdoor campaigns. Also, I think there was one at the mall, the outlets. I think there was a few. Yeah. I saw a few. I think I saw one in an elevator, too. I don't know where I was at, but I saw one in an elevator. It's kind of weird. Kind of scared me.
Yeah. So online video advertising is an estimated $1.8 million. So paid placement likely appeared on YouTube pre-roll ads, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook videos, Twitch, connected TV platforms. These ads targeted horror fans as well as younger audiences familiar with Naomi Scott.
Publicity and press tour was an estimate of $1.4 million. The promotional tour included cast interviews, entertainment media appearances, red carpet coverage, press junkets, horror podcasts, and YouTube entertainment channels. Naomi Scott and director Parker Finn were the primary faces of the campaign. God. I can say that right.
So the premiere and fan events estimated at $900,000, which world premieres, theater fan screenings, press screenings, red carpet production, and photography and media coverage.
International estimated 1.4 million, 1.6 million. Additional spending supported releases in major international markets through localized trailers, translated posters, regional advertising, and local press events.
Promotional partnerships and merchandise was estimated at $700,000, while Smile 2 relied less on commercial tie-ins than many blockbusters. Marketing likely included branded social media activations, influencer campaigns, promotional merchandise, and advanced screening giveaways.
Total studio investment. Wait, do you want me to say that?
Sure.
So this is, of course, another estimated cost. The production budget was 28 million. Marketing P&A was 18 million, and estimated total was 46 million.
So this movie would have needed to gross around $90 to $100 million worldwide to reach the theatrical break-even after accounting for marketing, distribution, and the share of box office retained by the theaters. With a worldwide gross of approximately $138 million, the film comfortably exceeded that threshold and was considered a financial success. Okay, so here's where your thing comes into play.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the box office breakdown. So the production, we've already said the production budget was $20 million.
Yeah.
So opening weekend, domestically, it made $23 million.
Opening weekend, domestic was 23.02 million, I guess.
Domestic total was $69.1 million.
International total was 69.01 million.
Worldwide total was 138 million. So, like I said, opening weekend was 23 million. So, yeah, so first weekend 23 million, second weekend 9.5 million, third weekend 6.7, fourth was 5.1, fifth weekend was 2.9, and then the sixth weekend it made 1.1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it stayed pretty consistent, but it dropped.
It dropped pretty good.
It did drop at the end. They're really good at 60%.
Oh, wow.
So overseas, we can do United Kingdom. It made $8.1 million.
In France, it got 6.8 million.
Germany, 6.1 million. It made 3.7 million.
In Italy, it made 3.16 million.
In Mexico, it made 2.8 million.
In the Netherlands, it made 2.45 million.
In Brazil, it made 1.6 million.
In Belgium, it made 1.5 million.
In the rest of the world, it made $15.4 million. European audiences were particularly strong supporters of the film, with the United Kingdom, France, and Germany leading international grossers.
No cracks.
I think you were telling me to.
I did a few facts about a few characters, about Lucas Gage, Rosemary DeWitt, and Gemma. I didn't say her real name. Dylan, I guess. So, I guess I'll start with that. Naomi Scott was born on May 6th of 1993. For anyone who cares, she's a Taurus. She was born in London, England, and she is an English actress and singer who was born on May 6th. Yeah. I already said that. And she was best known for playing Jasmine in Disney's Aladdin 2019, Kimberly in Power Rangers 2017, and Elena in Charlie's Angels in 2019. Besides acting, Naomi is also a singer and has released several original songs. Because of her music background, she was a perfect choice to play pop star Skye Riley in Smile 2. For Smile 2, many critics praised her performance, with some calling it one of the best horror performances of the year because of how realistically she showed fear, anxiety, and emotional breakdowns. Lucas Gage, sorry. I keep thinking about Lucas Gage, was born on May 28th, 1995. He's a Gemini, born in San Diego, California. He is an American actor. He's known for appearing in Euphoria, The White Lotus, You, Roadhouse, and Smile 2. He became popular after a video of a Zoom audition accidentally went viral when a director criticized his apartment while forgetting to mute himself. He's known for playing funny, sarcastic, or dramatic characters, and has quickly become one of Hollywood's rising young actors. Rosemary DeWitt, I think that's how you say her last name, was born on October 26th, 1971. Her zodiac sign is a, and she was born in Queens, New York City, in New York. She's appeared in movies and TV shows like La La Land, Rachel Getting Married, and Poltergeist 2015. Oh, sorry. And there's more. And The Staircase. In Smile 2, she plays Skye Riley's mother, Elizabeth, as we know, who tries to help her daughter as strange and terrifying things begin happening. Rosemary has been acting for over 20 years and is known for playing emotional and realistic characters. Fax Jalula? I don't know how to say her last name. Jalula. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to say it. She was born on May 7th, 1994. She is a Taurus, and she was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. American actress known for her roles in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Dream Scenario, and Smile 2. In the movie, Gemma is Skye Riley's best friend. Before the events of the film, how they didn't show us what really happened to the two, but all we know is that they had a close friendship, but they stopped talking after Skye struggles with an addiction, and the aftermath of a car accident caused their relationship all apart.
So in the beginning of First Impressions, the opening immediately raises the stakes with Joel's attempt to outrun the curse.
Oh yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, his violent death shows the entity remains unstoppable. When Skye is introduced, she appears polished and in control during rehearsals and interviews, but subtle cracks quickly appear. The contrast between her public persona and private anxiety sets the tone for the end. Lewis's terrifying death is the true inciting incident. His unnerving smile and gruesome suicide transfers the curse to Skye.
Act 2. The middle. Some of the best scenes were the best scene was Lewis's apartment. One of the film's most intense sequences. Lewis deteriorates mentally before suddenly smiling and killing himself in front of Skye, which was very scary. Yep. And they did some very, very good SFX, special effects, makeup stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good.
Yep, another one was the backup dancer hallucination, where they were following around her dead boyfriend. She sees him. The charity gala, like I said, she sees her boyfriend, and then she pushes that lady off the stage through a table. And then the apartment sequence, where she realizes she can no longer trust what she sees. Friends, family, and strangers all become possible manifestations of the smile entity. So some of the characters' choices, some of the good decisions. Skye actively searches for answers instead of ignoring the curse. Attempts to reconnect with people she trusts.
That didn't work.
Yeah. No, yeah, with her friend. The whole thing was a hallucination. And then
that sucks.
Yeah, that would be
And when
terrible.
she was driving too, God, it was crazy.
Yep.
I didn't expect that.
No, that was a pretty big twist there. She also recognizes early that something supernatural is happening.
Yeah. Some bad decisions were She repeatedly isolates herself. She hides the truth from those around her. She continues with the tour despite her deteriorating mental state, and she struggles to reality from hallucination, making some of the choices impossible to judge fairly. To judge fairly. Sorry.
Some of the villain development, unlike a traditional slasher villain, the smile entity evolves through psychological manipulation. Throughout the film, it mimics loved ones, uses Skye's guilt over her boyfriend's death, exploits her addiction recovery, turns public performances into nightmares, and slowly convinces Skye that she has no control over reality. By the second half of the film, the entity barely needs jump scares, it breaks perception of reality.
The tension builds through uncertainty rather than constant violence. Questions constantly linger. Is this real? Is Skye hallucinating? Has the curse already won? Or can anyone else see what's happening? The audience becomes trapped in Skye's perspective, making even ordinary conversations feel threatening. The one thing that's crazy is that Gemma never stayed over. We know that.
Yep.
But she said, "Hello, Elizabeth," to her. So, did her mother see her, or was that like?
Unless her mom was a hallucination, also.
She could have been, but and then she was also drove with her too.
Yep.
Could be. We don't know. Yeah.
So, Act 3, the final battle. Believing she has found a way to end the curse, Skye prepares to confront it during the climax. However, the audience eventually learns that much of the final act has been manipulated by the smile entity. Several events. Believing she has found a way to end the curse, Skye prepares to confront it during the climax. However, the audience eventually learns that much of the final act has been manipulated by the smile entity. Several events Skye believes are real, including attempts to escape and confront the curse, are revealed to be elaborate hallucinations. So the true climax takes place during her comeback concert, where thousands of fans are watching. The entity finally reveals its monstrous form before forcing Skye to smile and take her own life on the stage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
The ending explanation. The ending reveals that the smiles entity manipulation became much earlier than Skye, or the audience real. What? The ending reveals that the smile entity's manipulation began much earlier than Skye, or the audience realized. By making Skye believe she was fighting back, the entity ensured she would return to the one place with the largest possible audience. Because the curse transfers to anyone who witnesses the traumatic death of the victim, Skye's suicide is witnessed by thousands of concert goers, her production crew, security, camera operators, and potentially millions more through live broadcasts and recordings. The ending suggests that the entity may have just created its largest potentially spreading to countless new victims at once.
Some character arcs. So Skye Riley, in the beginning, she's confident on the surface, haunted by guilt, and she's trying to rebuild her life. In the middle, she is increasingly paranoid, loss of trust, and completely consumed by these. And she is unable to separate reality from hallucination. This becomes another tragic victim. She becomes another tragic victim while unknowingly the entity spread further than ever.
Elizabeth Riley. She begins as an overprotective manager focused on Skye's career. As Skye deteriorates, Elizabeth tries to help but cannot understand the supernatural force that's destroying her daughter. Her inability to reach Skye adds emotional weight to the tragedy.
The smile entity. The entity becomes more confident and ambitious than in the first film. Its progression, it chooses an internationally famous victim, uses trauma more strategically, manipulates reality on a much larger scale, and it engineers a public death with an enormous audience, potentially accelerating the curse's spread more than ever before. When
Sorry, I yawned.
so when do you think she stopped experiencing reality? When did all the hallucinations really start?
Mm. I mean, well, the hallucinations. Oh my god. I mean, they started like right as she got home from Lewis's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess
Pretty immediately
I
when
think
she visited Lewis. She
yeah, when
kind
she
of
visited Lewis, it was just right as you see the person, I guess, kill themselves. It just instantly is never gonna go back to how it is. Like I'm ruining your life.
oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what worked in this movie? So some of it that worked, obviously, was the acting. So the acting is arguably the film's greatest strength, which is led by Naomi Scott, who delivers a physically, emotionally demanding performance. She convincingly portrays a pop superstar trying to maintain a perfect public image while privately unraveling. Her fear, grief, and paranoia feel authentic, making the audience question reality alongside her. She has a standout performance as Skye Riley, the mother, Elizabeth Riley, and
Mhm.
in the unforgettable opening act with Lucas Gage. So, do you think the film would have worked better if Naomi Scott was not the main character?
No. No. She did amazing. I don't think nobody else could have. Well, nobody's the exact same. She couldn't. Nobody else could really do exactly what she did. But like, she just absolutely.
She killed it.
Oh yeah. Like when I say no and I say nobody else could do this, is don't understand how how much I think that it's so good.
Sure, she made it believable.
Yeah, definitely. It would probably feel less real if she wasn't her. Cuz the way she cried, the way she acted, her emotions, her body language, all the acted like she was in pain when she got so frustrated. It was just the way she part was just amazing.
No, she did amazing.
Yep. That sums it up.
Oh yeah.
The sequel wisely avoids repeating the original film beat for beat. Instead of another ordinary person, it follows someone living under constant public scrutiny. What makes the story stand out? It explores the psychological cost of fame, expands the smile curse without over explaining it, uses guilt, addiction, and celebrity pressure to deepen the horror, and keeps viewers questioning what is real and what is not. The ending also raises the stakes dramatically for the franchise.
Obviously, the atmosphere, rather than relying on darkness, the film creates fear in bright rehearsal spaces, luxury apartments, concert arenas, public events, and hospital corridors. Um, the feeling that something is off is constant. Even during scenes that appear normal, the movie excels at making everyday environments feel unsafe.
Cinematography. Director Parker Finn and cinematographer Charlie Seraph create some of the franchise's most memorable visuals. Highlights include slow creeping camera movements, wide shots emphasizing isolation, long takes that build anticipation, creative framing that hides threats in plain sight, and distorted perspectives during hallucinations. The camera often lingers just long enough to make viewers feel uncomfortable.
The score often creates tension before anything frightening actually happens. The film also incorporates pop music naturally through Skye's career, making the contrast between glamorous performances and supernatural horror even more unsettling.
Villain slash monster. The smile entity remains one of them. Oh, sorry. The smile entity remains one of modern horror's most unique villains. Why it works. It doesn't rely on brute force, it attacks psychologically. It exploits trauma and guilt, and it manipulates reality instead of simply chasing victims. and victims never really know what's real and what's not. The final reveal of the entity is disturbing without being overused. Unlike many horror villains, its rules remain mysterious enough to stay frightening.
So some of the things that didn't work in the film,
Oh yeah, I also have that.
while the film intentionally leaves the entity's mythology unexplained, a few of the elements raise questions. The curse remains vague, or the rules of the curse remain vague.
Yeah.
How much of the final act was real? Could Skye have escaped at any point, and when did the hallucinations truly begin? Some of the weak scenes. There aren't many truly weak scenes, but a few moments that don't land as strongly as the rest. Some conversations between Skye and her management team repeat the same emotional beat. Certain rehearsal sequences slow the momentum before the horror ramps. A few exposition scenes feel like they're delaying this next scare rather than advancing the story. The scenes help build Skye's world, but may feel repetitive or repeat views. Some of the bad CGI. The CGI is generally well done, but there are a few moments where it becomes more noticeable. Examples are the hallucination transitions, a handful of digital facial distortions, and portions of the Smile entity's final appearance. Fortunately, these moments are brief and are supported by strong practical effects, preventing them from becoming a major distraction.
Predictable moments. If you've seen the first Smile, you can anticipate several story beats. Examples are the cursed person desperately searching for answers, friends and family doubting the victim, hallucinations becoming impossible to distinguish from reality, and the expectation that the curse will likely claim another victim. While the individual scares are creative, the overall structure follows a familiar path.
So some of it is slow pacing, as it is just over 2 hours. Smile 2 is noticeably longer than many modern horror films. The middle act occasionally slows down with multiple rehearsal scenes, conversations about Skye's comeback tour, and repeated reminders of her trauma. Some may appreciate the extra character development, while others may feel the movie could have been 10 to 15 minutes shorter.
Missed opportunities. More about the Smile entity. The sequel expands the scale of the curse, but it still reveals very little about its origins, why it exists, whether it has limits, or how long it has existed. For some viewers, this mystery is part of the appeal. Others may have hoped for a few more answers. Supporting characters. Okay. Actually, take out supporting characters. I don't want to say that. Characters like Joshua and Elizabeth are interesting, but aren't explored as deeply as they could have been. Spending more time with them might have made the emotional stakes even stronger. Kyle Gallner's return is exciting, but his role is relatively brief. Many fans expected him to play a larger part after surviving the first film's events.
Some of the character mistakes, some of Skye's decisions are understandable given the curse's psychological manipulation, but they still invite discussion. So continuing the tour, even as reality falls apart, Skye pushes forward with rehearsals and performances. While this reflects the pressure placed on celebrities, it also feels risky. She keeps everything in secret, so like many horror protagonists, Skye hides what's happening from people who might have helped. Although it's believable that others would think she was relapsing or experiencing a mental health crisis, her secrecy contributes to her isolation.
Relapsing.
So she was trusting the hallucinations. Once the Smile entity begins manipulating her perception, Skye repeatedly acts on what she believes is real. While that's the point of the curse, it also means she makes choices that become increasingly self-destructive.
Overall weaknesses. Some mythology becomes more confusing instead of clearer. A few pacing issues in the middle of the act. Familiar story structure for fans of the first film. Supporting characters could have been developed further. Joe's role feels underused. A small number of CGI heavy shots are less convincing than practical effects.
You don't have anything else?
No, I think that's all I have. As you know, we have a how many nightmares rating system. Unless you're new here, welcome. Welcome to. And this is our rating system on how many nightmares to see how scary we think it is, I guess. 0 nightmares is not scary at all. 1 nightmare is a little spooky, but nothing to lose sleep over. 2 nightmares, some good scares, a few jumps. 3 nightmares, scary stuff. Definitely sleep with the lights on. 4 nightmares, super scary. Had nightmares 4 days. 5 nightmares, 5 nightmares, terrifying. I'll never watch again. What would you give it?
I would give it a 4. Didn't necessarily give me nightmares, obviously, but the way that they shot this, the way that they did a lot of the scenes, made it really creepy, terrifying. Like I said, the way that the bodies that the entity went into or manipulated, I guess. The way that they smiled, the way that they followed Riley as she was, especially in her apartment, that was super scary. Again, I wouldn't necessarily say that I had nightmares from it, but it was definitely really scary. You?
I'd give it a 3. Scary stuff. I actually, surprisingly, I will definitely admit this. I actually did turn on my light. I have this little light that I usually turn on sometimes after I watch a scary movie because I'm low-key scared. I don't know, because whenever I have lights on, I'm not scared of the dark. But I will turn on a light after I'm done watching a scary movie and it's nighttime because brain does not care. Even if the movie is barely even scary, well, actually, it's not true. If the movie is a scary movie and I watch it at night, and I don't think it's that scary, my brain does not care. It will give me nightmares. So I do turn on the light sometimes because I will see things. I will start seeing things. It's actually so weird. I will start actually hallucinating. I will start hallucinating to the point where I start seeing the things. It's like crazy. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I just see stuff.
Definitely happens, that's for sure. So if you like this episode, please
share.
Listen, watch, follow, share.
Never miss an episode.
Yeah, if you can do it, don't miss an episode. Tell your friends, share it as much as you can.
We're everywhere.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we appreciate it.
Yes, we like doing this, so I guess if you'll keep listening, or anyone keeps wanting to listen, we'll keep doing it.
We're on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. So you can basically find us anywhere.
Oh yes, anywhere.
Oh, and Facebook too. Are we on Facebook? Yeah, we're also on Facebook. We do have a lot on YouTube, so go there if you want to really listen to a lot, I guess.
Well, this is
the end.
This has been Popcorn and Nightmares, and
let us know how many nightmares you would give this movie, and tell us what film you want us to review next.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us, be sure to follow the podcast, leave us a rating, and share the show with your fellow movie lovers. It really helps us keep bringing these episodes to you.
New episodes drop every week where we dive into horror, thrillers, slashers, supernatural films, and every now and then a few surprises.
Until next time,
grab the popcorn
and embrace the nightmares. Thanks for listening to Popcorn and Nightmares. I'm your host, Chisum.
And I'm your host, Arya.
We'll see you in the next review. Night.